Hi everyone, it's Sheree. Thanks for stopping by on my YouTube channel. Today I'm going to talk about Heir of Fire by Sarah J. Maas. It's a New York Times bestseller, just like every other book I've read this year. It's crazy how that's just become a thing now. I think they just have a stamper and they just stamp every single book that comes out. Anyways, before I get into Heir of Fire, I want to talk about two different types of reading. The first type of reading is where you almost turn your brain off, and I liken it to watching television. You sit down, you turn on your favorite TV show, and you just zone right out. You like fall deeper into the couch, every commercial, grab some popcorn, just shoveling it all in, and not really thinking. You're just like, wow, my life is good right now. I'm not doing anything. I'm just absorbing this TV in front of me. And I started this type of watching when I lived in Florida. So my sister would always watch Keeping Up with the Kardashians, whatever day that was on the TV. And I would always come into the room, try and be social with my book, and I would start reading and being really happy and listening to the Kardashians in the background, and I'm like, God, they're so stupid. Wow, the show is so ridiculous. Every so often, I poke my head up and I'd like make fun of them. And then a few weeks go by and a few months go by, and I'm reading a new book now, and I'm like, oh, this book's getting good. And I find myself poking my head up one more time, and then my book suddenly is placed down. I'm completely invested in the characters and I'm caring, right? I forget all about the troubles that I had with the show in the beginning, and I'm like, TV, zombie, wow, pretty colors, ooh, oceans, oh, arguing, drama, oh, ooh, okay, cool, ooh, yeah, that's nice. And then that's how I was with Throne of Glass. So I was completely in this mindless zombie mode when I read Throne of Glass, and I loved it. I was like, wow, this is a great book. This is one of my favorites this year. I'm giving that bad boy 5 stars. 5 stars. And I'm like scrolling through all the reviews, and I say, huh, some people didn't like it, huh? I wonder why they didn't like it. And I start clicking on the 1 stars because I'm like interested that way. And I see that they're like, man, she's so arrogant. She can do everything. What's up with all these weird names? You just have these simple names like Dorian, and then all of a sudden you have Selena. Like, who knows even how to pronounce that unless you go into the back of the book where she has all her pronunciations. And then you're like, wow, that would have been really good to have in the beginning of the book for me. Now I just went through the whole book calling her Selena, and that's just what she is to me forever. I don't care what you call her in the movies. If you ever turn it into a movie, it's always going to be Selena. And then, so from reading all those reviews, I went into her second book, and I kind of switched into the second type of reading, which is where you become this critical reader that they train you to be in college, where you're looking for all the foreshadowing, you're looking for the bad grammar, you're looking for the weak sentences, you're looking for areas that you're like, man, can you give me more information? And then, gosh, will you stop with the exposition? Will you stop telling me and just show me already? That type of reading. So I went into Crown of Midnight in that more critical editor mode. It's where you're reading to just tear apart, right? So Crown of Midnight, I had a laundry list of lines that I just hated, and I made fun of it on Goodreads, but you know what, I still ended up giving it 4 stars, I think, and I was excited to get into Heir of Fire, because I heard that the stupid love triangle was gone, and I was like, yes, I hate love triangles. And let's get into Selena being Selena, the real BAMFer that we're supposed to see, but she just kind of does stuff and we don't even know how she does it. Like in Crown of Midnight, where she's like on that balcony and she's like, oh, I'm drugged up. How am I going to get all the way down to the ground? Oh, she just magically does. No explanation. So that's how. And in Heir of Fire, Chaw, Dorian, they're gone. They're hasta la vista all the way across the ocean. So we get to see Celaena training with Rowan, which is awesome. He turns into an owl or a hawk. He turns into a hawk. Sorry, not an owl. And Celaena, you know, she has her Fae form, which is like maybe a dog, maybe a wolf, something with canines. I don't really know. It's not really definitive what she is. Do we ever find out? No idea. And she has like the white hair, and I was thinking there was like this witch class that has all white hair, and I was like, man, is she a witch? And trying to pick up on all those things. But I found myself really angry at Sarah. Sarah, are you watching? Are you listening? I was angry with you because you kept taking me back to Dorian and Chaw, and I didn't care about them. I just want Celaena. I just want her. And they kept taking me back, and then Dorian has this weird affair with Sorsha, and I'm like, Sorsha, who are you? You're just a healer. Get away. Stop being all in love with Dorian. He's not for you. Dorian, stop falling in love with Sorsha. She's just a healer. You can't be with her. She's not even pretty. They say she's not even pretty, and then you're like, oh my god, you're just the most beautiful person I've ever seen. And I'm like, oh my gosh, Sorsha, go away. And then she dies. And I'm like, yes. Oh, so glad I don't have to deal with you next book. Oh, sorry, Dorian. You know, that whole thing, like, no regrets. And I'm reading this, right? And I like it, but there's just so much useless reading. Like, I bet I could take out this much of the book, this front, and that would be the rest of the book that I would want. So Sarah does this cool thing where she does nesting stories. She creates a story within the story, right? And we unleash these new characters who are Iron Teeth witches and Blue Blood witches and Yellow Leg witches. And the main character in this nesting story is Manon. She is of the Iron Teeth descent. So Manon is super cool. She has like these wicked cool eyes. She's born without a heart, without a soul, because she doesn't need it, because she's so evil. And she'd definitely be in Slytherin, that type of person. And it's just so interesting, this story that she weaves within the story. So Manon also has these Wyverns, and the Wyverns add so much depth to the story, especially her Wyvern, which I can't even begin to pronounce that name. Abronix. That must be it. Picturing them dragons. I'm just picturing them as dragons. I tried picturing them as like horses mixed with dragons, but I just couldn't do it. So I just made them dragons. So I see them, and I'm like, this is so cool. It almost reminds me of Lord of the Rings, right? Where Sauron is creating his army, and I just want to like do a deep dive into the witches and the Wyverns and the creations of them and how they're made, because that just is like so cool to me in my mind, and I want like a whole spin-off book on that. I don't really care about Celaena. I don't care about Dorian. I really don't care about Chaw, and I really don't care about Sorsha. So just, if Sarah, if you're listening and you're not completely offended by me right now, just make me the spin-off with Manon, please. I'm sorry, but I feel like this book just could have been way better if things were taken out. And if we just thought about Celaena and not about all these little romances where she can just get to sleep with whoever she wants. Because I just don't think that's an admirable heroine for people to be looking up to. Like, she should be this strong, independent woman instead of this dependent woman who always needs to have a man to feel happy and loved. And by the way, come on, you left your dog. Why couldn't you bring your dog? Bring Fleepy. Which is a weird name, by the way. Another weird name. So yes, I like this book. So much unnecessary reading. I would have given it a 3 stars, but since she killed Sorsha, I bumped it up to 4. I was feeling generous. So, cool book. I'm looking forward to the spin-off that she'll never make. Maybe I'll have to do it myself. And I am currently working on Six of Crows. Yeah, you see those black pages. You know, it's beautiful. And hopefully I will have a review for you on that, because right now I'm a little bored with all the metaphors. So I need to learn how to turn off my critical brain and just go back into that zombie reading phase. So thanks for listening. Feel free to follow me on Goodreads and Instagram. Obviously I do a lot of stuff there. You're probably here because you've seen my Instagram. So thanks for tuning in, and I hope to see you again soon.